President and members of the court, I have the honor to address you as the agent of Belize and to congratulate Judge Okowa on her election to the court. The narrow question before the court is whether it should exercise its power to permit Guatemala to intervene in these proceedings between Belize and Honduras. Consistently with the position Belize adopted in correspondence with the court, Belize does not object to Guatemala being permitted to intervene if the court considers that it would be assisted by such an intervention. There are two cases currently before the court concerning Belize's territorial integrity. First, in 2019, by way of a special agreement, Belize and Guatemala requested that the court resolve any and all legal claims of Guatemala against Belize to land and insular territories and to any maritime areas pertaining to those territories, and to determine the boundaries between them. Second, in 2022, Belize invoked the court's jurisdiction in the present case with Honduras, which concerns a smaller area within the same territory, but one significant to Belize, a range of keys in the south of the Gulf of Honduras called the Sapodillas. There are disputes between Belize and each of Guatemala and Honduras concerning sovereignty over those keys. Before Belize instituted these proceedings, it engaged in bilateral discussions and exchanges with Honduras, but Honduras did not abandon its claim to sovereignty over the Sapodillas. Belize therefore commenced the present proceedings to ensure the full resolution of all territorial claims against it. For Belize, the pressing issue remains the need for an efficient and complete resolution of all claims against Belize's territory by both Guatemala and Honduras. Belize considers that this objective will be best served by coordination of the two cases. How to achieve such coordination is, of course, a matter for the court. It would be logical for the court to hear Guatemala-Belize first, and then immediately or very shortly thereafter to hear the more confined case of Belize-Honduras. That would facilitate efficient use of the court's resources. Participants in the second case could refer to matters already covered in the first, and so minimize repetition. Most importantly, such coordination would allow the court to consider all evidence, arguments, and formal submissions advanced by each of the three states before rendering its two separate judgments in two different disputes between two different pairs of states. Members of the court, I now turn to the issue of timing. Guatemala-Belize has been ready for hearing for more than 2 years, since Belize filed its rejoinder in June 2023. In Belize-Honduras, the merits submissions of the parties were concluded almost 2 years ago, in December 2023, the same month in which Guatemala filed its application for permission to intervene. The two cases are fundamental to the protection of Belize's territorial integrity. Whatever the court decides concerning intervention, it is crucial that the two proceedings advance towards merits judgments as efficiently as possible in conformity with the sound administration of justice. President and members of the court, I thank you for your kind attention and ask that you give the floor to Mr. Juratovic.